over here, on violin and guitar, Mr. Gary Oliar. The two gentlemen up top, Mr. Rick Brunemer is on flute and saxophone. Right next to him is Mr. John Martin on brass and wind. Over here on guitar is a gentleman I've been playing with since probably the day I got back into this country, which I'll tell you about later, Mr. Bob Ferry. Over here, someone I've also been playing with since I got back into this country, Mr. Vance Filistrigo on keys. And right next to him is my pretend brother, Mr. Sam Sherman. That's what we're talking about. And holding the rhythm chair, I can't even say his name without laughing. He's just a very funny drummer. I mean, you're not going to know this because you're there and we're up here, and he's not really telling too many jokes. But I've never worked with a drummer who was this funny. Okay, I'll just continue going because you have to know him. To know the way he is, Mr. Rich Zucker on the rhythm chair. You are the funniest drummer I've ever known. And over here, these two beautiful ladies. Miss Reagan Richards is a face and a voice known all over town and New York City. It's my first time working with her in this level, and it's just been an absolute pleasure. You are incredible. Love you, girl. And right next to her is a lady who I've been working with. She's been in all my Songbirds. She's got the 5-octave range, even when she has a respiratory distress, Miss Jill Santino. I'd also like to thank someone who I met over the past year, someone who took a chance on me, and someone who actually believed in me and this production, because this wouldn't have happened without him. And you know something, after like 35 years, okay, 40, who's counting? It doesn't matter. To finally say, to have a producer, to finally say that someone's going to help and someone's going to be there to make this happen. That was my year this year, and I'd like to thank him. His name is Michael Grady. He's in the audience somewhere. And finally, there's a guy who makes this production, all the productions work. Many of you know him from around town if you go to a lot of concerts. But he makes, as soon as you get onto a stage, he makes everything run smoothly. And no one ever really acknowledges him. And I just wanted him to stick his head out. Junior. He makes it all run smoothly. So it's going quickly, it seems. And, yes. This is really very funny. The one person who I forgot is the one person who is just, it's so funny. I got a lot going on in my head. There's Jill going like this. You know what happened, Ed? I went this way and then I went that way. And... Okay, so here we go. This guy. Okay, let me tell you a story about this guy. I met him, I don't know, 8 years ago, was it? It could have been about eight years ago. It was my first job in Atlantic City. It was at Caesar's Palace. And I was a little nervous to go. I mean, you know, I don't know anybody there. Like, this is hometown. Even here in New York, Philadelphia, I know a lot of different people. I hadn't been to really AC yet. And I went there, and believe it or not, for those of you who do know me, and I talk a lot, obviously, I kept my mouth shut, and I watched. And I met this man. I met Ed Conti. And I watched him, with a much bigger orchestra, pull something together with such finesse, and he was so calm. The more chaos, the more calm he was. And he welcomed me in with open arms. He made me feel comfortable. And when the show was over, I always hoped that there would be an opportunity to work with him again. And this year, that opportunity happened. And the one thing I will say that I've loved what he has said to me, which is such an honor, after every rehearsal, after every time we met, he'd look me straight in the eyes and he would say, "Trust me, I got your back. I'll make it happen. And it is my pleasure to introduce the master of this production, Ed Conti. Sorry about that, love. Finally, just before we end the set, this last song, I remember I always wanted to do this song because it had, it was like a personal anthem to me. It's from the Broadway show Wicked. And